Yes, yes. I had to come put my little 2 cents in and give flowers to Miss Jasmine, honey. So that's kind of where some of us are there with it, with getting full confirmation. Because some of us are in environments where people people will have you thinking something wrong with you. Am I the only one who see this? Am I the only one? You know, are y'all even reading the book? Yes, 1 verses 20. I love how she handled it. How she, man, 'cause that's how you know she been in the game a nice little minute. Because we already know, especially those of us who done woke up to some truth and trying to put the pieces to the puzzle together. That she's somebody I would call complete. Completely comfortable and understanding the spirit. She just awesome. Awesome. Again, like I said, I look up to you, so it's where I want to be, all the way comfortable with knowing that, baby, not me, you. I love you, but that spirit that curse you under, and you choosing to be under it now, because when you know better, you do better. Like I said, I love that it was 20 women. Bridge that gap, baby, and I love that it was mostly black women. Cause they, again, if ain't don't nobody need to be reached. Big mama. Yeah. Cause ain't no way in hell we the only women on the planet who's supposed to just give, give, give and never receive. And I love, cause this is something a lot of people don't seem to understand. This is the part. This is the reason why they created religion and all of these things that you the so called go believe in, so you don't pay attention to their intent, their intentions. Well, you never even asked what was the intentions of Christianity. What's the intentions of religion? And if you ain't figured out by now that it was to it was to suppress and oppress the women and children, because we come with the land. If you haven't figured out by now, just don't want to accept it, that the male patriarch system has been a destruction even to himself. And that the story of the Messiah, rather it was Jesus, Yahushua, anyway, each generation, each really always got at least one, and they refer me. I can be honest, they referring it back to a man, because it is possible, man, for you to have self-control. It is possible for you to provide and protect the life that was given to you and the one who's giving it to you. It is possible for you not to oppress and suppress. It's very possible, but you definitely got to choose to. So the choices are yours. Your free will is your choice. That's all free will. Everything else was already done. The medicine was already here before you start mixing stuff and creating it. People. It's a reason why they got crystals and gold and silver and copper all around their castles and churches and whatever else. It's a reason why them crystals is mentioned in the breastplate. But you want to say there's no power in it. It make you feel good when you look at it, don't you? That's power. And when you feel good, you want to do good. And when you're being treated right, you want to treat others right. But when you constantly being told to, you just got to get over it. You got to get over being graped at the church. You got to get over it, because God did it for a reason. You talking about the same God that the end goal is for me to get to heaven. But I was already, sound like I was, according to the garden, how the garden sound, I was already in heaven. What was the point of enticing me with an evil tree that I know nothing about? Because all I know is life right now. I don't know nothing about death. And you didn't go into depths and explain to me what death is. Because had God smite Adam and Eve right then and there, what they want to. If I die and come back to life, I still, okay, this how this go. But at this time, we know nothing about death. We know nothing about pain. Then all of a sudden, this same God that's telling me not to worship no other God. So the God telling me that it is of the gods here. So that serpent that came in the garden must have been the God too. Cause see, God is in everything. God is in everything. That mean in you too. So what was your intentions? Cause I don't care what. If, again, those who know, when you think like a child, yeah, you'll still think it's a snake. But those of us who know and who's in study, we know that was them coming across that water on them boats. It's in your movies. You got to, especially 2020 now, they're no longer playing in our face. They saying I high and what you gonna do about it. But see, they know it's people like me, people like her who even that, all that still trying to mock, all that fear mongering. You gotta blow you up to blow me up. So what's up? What we doing? You mad because you ain't black and you mad because you ain't a woman? Because at the end of the day, especially in America, that's the division. When you divide it within yourself, you can't accept nothing. You can't accept who you are. So that's why they have to recruit so many people in these cults and these religions, because they need the energy to you gotta have energy. You have to have good energy, bad, and you gotta have energy. You gotta give that, you have to give it power. So when you okay with the pastor doing this and doing that to the children, and the first lady sitting there with her big hat on and ain't saying nothing about her husband touching on her daughter, like, because that's the biggest thing. I'm on that. I'm on that. Like I said, don't forget to tell AI we don't like child predators too, because that's the biggest thing they use religion to cover up. SA, because SA is a weapon. The sickest weapon that they try to use. Diabolical, as we say it now. No self-control whatsoever. And a lot of y'all just shame because you've accepted that. On there sounding so unhealed, sounding scared, sounding in fear. You can say you just acting just like y'all pastor. Quote one or two scriptures, then you done went all the way off into a whole nother world trying to explain away something that ain't even in your Bible. Now you sound like me just with the religion. You didn't repeat it yourself. You didn't really agree with what she's saying. You just want to be right. You arguing with the truth so much because you've been told one thing because you done got a raise on a job, or because you overcame cancer. It wasn't the medicine. It wasn't the fact that you started eating right. It wasn't the fact that you started calming yourself down. You started realizing that, because stress causes a lot of cancer. Smiling through the pain can cause cancer. Because why am I accepting this pain? If it's paying you so good, America, are we great yet? Paycheck to paycheck? Still behind in the name. Because ain't no fooling the people, the real people no more. Everybody calling about they chosen. You chosen. You chose. Yeah, I know I'm chosen. I'm also paying attention to who I'm being chosen by. And I take the universe. I'd rather sit above all the so-called gods that people keep coming up with that have to destroy other people. Because the gods that I like serving, the gods I like kicking it with, like I said, I love being an Aquarius more and more now. Because one thing I do know about some Aquarius is me and, we humanitarian people. I don't hate you, baby. That spirit you carry. I don't do the jealousy thing. I don't do the envy thing. I don't do the greedy thing. I might do a little gluttony. Nigga like that. Huh? Yeah, I know I was born in America. I was born right here in Turtle Island. So, those things that I do know, but you wanted me to believe something else. Thank you, Divine, for not allowing the belief to overcome the knowledge. Because when you know better, you do better. You don't have to believe. If I sit back and watch something long enough and can see it's either going to bring sunshine or it's going to bring rain, baby. And when you walk around and you hate yourself so much, you hate the fact that you need somebody else. You need the people on the planet. Ain't nothing we can do about ourselves, our brothers and sisters. Ain't nothing as though they can't save nobody don't want to be saved. You don't want life. That's why y'all walk around with the symbol of somebody's death. And you mad at the sage. You mad at the crystals, but they done gave you a cross to remind you of somebody that they killed, that they unalive. Don't even have enough respect to remember the birthday. But we demonic. Because I'm saying, well, nah, I'm burning sage because I like how it smells and make me feel good. And when my ancestors come through, we kicking it. We like, hey, grandma, hey, granddad. You know what I'm saying? Well, talk to me. What we doing? Yeah, those who loved me and left, and they gone. They on the other side of it. See how people have you thinking something wrong with you, but you praying to a man that the congregation that you serve has admitted. It's in the book. That's how you know when people have received the messenger and not the message. You just regurgitate what somebody else said because have you actually read it, you'd figure out by now that this was about suppressing oppressing the land, the women, and the children that come with it. This man trying to so-called provide and protect a life that he has yet to respect. A man come he didn't if you came here a man first, like I said, you was in violation. You came to violate. Because Eve was deceived. When this newfound creature was on the land, which was man, and they spent whatever moment they spent together to figure out, and then more and more and more, okay, you told her you was gonna provide and protect life if she kept giving it to you, and you did it. Trade it. The movie Sinners. Pay attention to and really pay attention to Annie Smoke. Yeah, the Hebrews know what I say. The Smoking Stacks. That's Jacob and Esau. And they'll say, well, Esau's and that's Jacob and Esau. That's what's the one before Jacob? That's Cain and Abel. Yeah. See the division when they divide. Why you can't be both? Defend yourself and love others. Why you can't just be yourself? Why you gotta sell me? Why you gotta steal my skills and then try to sell it back to me? Why you gotta steal my rubies and gold and then try to sell it back to me? Who gave it to you in the first place? See, that's this generation of ancestors come to take back what was stolen. Because if you stole it, because see, we all got to come into agreement to sell what's ours. You didn't ask all of us. I got again the enemy of your own house. They ain't asked my permission to sell my birthright. That's why I say, Annie, is you okay? You see what it said in the movie Sinners? Don't let me cross over. Guess what? I can't no way. I'm the life. I want to bring life here. It's a lot of us don't want to. I love being a daughter of the earth. We want the parasites gone. We want the evil gone. Because even a parasite got enough sense to know it need the host. But at the end of the day, it also know that I got to get rid of you if you're making me sick. I don't want to keep serving nobody that's got to destroy all the time, that allow children to be raped to a point where it's a $1 trillion business. Notice right now, 2026. Notice how it ain't no child protection laws, even when it comes to the internet. Anything you got to do manually put restrictions on stuff at home so your children don't see certain things that's on the internet. But yet, and like I said, here in America, Because America wants you to think that everything is like a lot of things that came to pass in a lot of different countries. They made their means. They apologize. They sorry for what they done. Whatever. And if they still in business, that's why you don't see a lot of people in business with America. That's why they don't mind showing their face or whatever. The white men still want to show that they're the ones in control of something, but they done sold America, baby. I want to. Y'all ain't forgot about the bricks, have you? You following the money, right? Because at the end of the day, truth is what it is. If they got to kick you off the plantation in order for you to unify with your own people, that's a shame for one doggone thing, but it's happening. It is what it is because they know their time is up. And when I say they, all people who got a problem with life, who ain't providing, who ain't protecting, who ain't respecting all life, especially the life givers. How could you be so ungrateful?